In February this year, the UAE hosted the inaugural edition of the Drones for Good Awards, aimed at transforming the technology of civilian drones into practical and reliable solutions for the welfare of citizens. After gaining much attention for their use in strategic warfare, the unmanned aerial vehicles have certainly garnered interest for civilian purposes. Abdul Karim meets one of the winners of the competition to find out how drones can become a part of our daily lives and what the future holds for them.
Designed and created by the young innovative minds of students from New York University Abu Dhabi, Wadi Drone won the National UAE Drones for Good Award earlier this year. Working on the second prototype of the project, which collects images wirelessly from around 120 camera traps in Wadi Waraya, Erik Jensen is optimistic about the role of such technology in the future.
The benefit of the place that we chose to work, and we did this very consciously, is that it is very sparsely populated. It's a national park, so ideally there would be no people there, and the risk to human life is very scant. There are definitely spaces for drones to be used in civil life, just like there are spaces for smart cars and all of these other technologies. It's just a matter of being responsible about the ways that we implement them.
While offering an academic's perspective, lecturer of engineering design at NYU Abu Dhabi, Karau, believes that drone technology should be used in a responsible manner and with a purpose. According to him, drones often weighing around 2 kgs can pose a significant risk if flown in populated areas.
We enjoy the idea that it's coming up as a new technology, but we want to choose spaces where it makes sense to exist right now. And so there are places in the future where we may see drones, and who's to say where they will be. But when we actually look at applications now, we look at spaces where we're happy to see them coexist with humans, and we're not putting people in danger, like you say, and we're finding places where the applications really make an impact. We want to see them out there in the world when they're sensible and when they're kind of doing the right thing, that the world can point at it and say that's a really nice application that really saves time or saves energy and is actually a sensible use of technology. And we look at the points where it's more fun and we say, yeah, that's interesting to see that happening, but we would, tend towards saying let's not hope for that future actually.
The technology has been popular with Dubai police, who use their drone Sanad for crowd surveillance and monitoring traffic. However, in January 2015, the airspace above Dubai International Airport was violated by an unauthorized recreational drone, which prompted authorities to implement legislations to govern their use.
We're using at Dubai Police the drones in many aspects. For instance, monitoring the traffic around Dubai, or even to protecting or some of the areas, and live feeding to our operation center. There is also a lot of initiative that we are studying how we can, for example, sending evidence using drones from the crime scene. Other aspect of monitoring all kind of football games, etc. The other aspect that there should be a policy in governments for using this kind of things. As you know, there's privacy. People, they don't want anybody just monitoring them from their roof on their building, etc. So we are keen now to have a regulation to protect this thing.
Regarded as a replacement of remote-controlled helicopters, octocopter drones have gained prominence for aerial videography among film crews. According to Liam Allen from Choppershoot Productions, the new legislation means that they have to abide by height restrictions and apply for filming permits, sometimes 2 weeks in advance.
When we go out on a shoot, we never go out as a single person. There's always someone there that's spotting the drone, who knows exactly where the drone is, so that if one person is operating, the other person is completely aware where that camera is or where the drone is. And then the other person, they will not let that drone go out of their sight. And if it does, we'll bring it back into our sight. There's a height restriction. You're only allowed to fly to 150 meters with a drone. We've got octocopters, which you can fly 5Ds, and GH4. We have the DJI Inspire, which has its own custom camera. All these cameras do HD quality signals. They do 4K. The sky is the limit, really, when it comes to what kind of quality video you want to get out of a drone. It just literally means that you may be choosing a very specific drone for a very specific job.
Considering their risks, particularly in relation to public privacy, drones are still far from becoming an integral part of our lives. In the long run, their involvement in public life may well depend on their commercial success. Abdul, Karim, UAE Weekly.